Well, hello, all of you beautiful people out there in Minecraft land. How are you today? I am fantastic. See if I can make this. No, I'm not going to make it. Let's see if I go a little bit forward. Maybe there. That'll do. Landed safely in the water. How are you today? Did I ask that already? Good. I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking. I think I said that already. I don't know. I can't remember. I got distracted. I'm very easily distracted today. Oh, my goodness. I have got a lot of things that I would like to do. And I honestly, I don't even know where to begin. I have so many things. I think, sorry, drowning, smashing my face against things. I think the easiest thing for me to do at this point is get back to my project board, because that will allow me to put all my ideas in place. Why is there a random hole there? Okay, whatever. I'm going to put all of my ideas in place and then make a plan for what I am going to do first. All right, let's have a quick look at our board here. So I've got a couple things that we have actually done and a couple things that we haven't actually done yet. Finish the castle, still high on the list. Actually, let me just do a quick fly around here, because something you may have noticed in the last episode that I forgot to mention, and now you will notice in this episode, which I am now mentioning, is that this tower that I am currently standing on, and the one beside it, and the walls that connect them, they are all completed. So that basically leaves, let's see, I've got this whole side of the castle done. I just have to do this side. So I have, let's see, two towers remaining before I am completed the whole castle. So that's pretty good. All right, so as I said, finishing the castle, still very high on the priority list, but not that high, because it doesn't necessarily have to be done today. Only those two towers left, and I don't think that'll be too difficult to actually hammer out one of these days. The next thing on the list is Castle Banner. I still haven't really decided on a banner pattern yet, but I've had a couple ideas just kind of kicking around in my head, so I will probably make that in the next episode or two, because there's something that I want to do with villagers, and that all comes back to what I'm going to put on this list right here. So in the last episode, while I was flying around, I came up with this great idea, and it actually happened on camera. I want to build a villager town just outside of the castle. So there's a little island, or, you know, it's not really an island, but there's a landmass, there's water, then land, then more water. But it's, you know, the sides aren't necessarily water, so it's not really an island. It's more like a small area over there, whatever you call it. I'm going to turn that into a villager town. So I'm going to grab a whole bunch of villagers, kind of like these guys who are all, you know, captivated in my in my villager training hall, and I just want like a few villagers from each profession, and they're just going to be roaming around in the town over there. But I have a lot of work to get ready for that, so I might do a little bit of that today. I might do a little bit more later. I don't know what I'm going to get done, but that is definitely a plan that is in the works. Wool farm is the next thing. Wool farm, well, I can actually take that completely off the list, because, as you may or may not know, I built a wool farm in the last episode. Dyes and flower farm, that's to be built at some point in the future. I don't really need dye and flower farm right now, because I don't really have any need for dyed stuff. I have used a little bit of dye, like for example when I built my wool farm, but I had some. The funny thing is, I've bought enough dye from wandering traders, and I've made dye. You know, it's not that hard to grab, you know, 2 or 3 flowers, and then you get all the dye you need just from a couple flowers. So for now, that's kind of on hold. Cactus farm, I should do this at some point. The main reason is because I have needed a couple green dye at various times over the season, and even though I did buy some cactus from wandering traders and I got some cactus from a desert, very far over that way when I did some mining of sand in the desert, my cactus supply is actually dwindling. So I'm down to only probably less than half a stack of cactus. And I know I don't need a lot of it, but it won't hurt to build a cactus farm. That's kind of something that's on my list of things to do. And again, maybe I'll do that today. Who knows? Netherwart farm, and that's going to go hand in hand with potions. Again, these are things that are on my list to do. No real rush in doing either of those things today, although I do need to kind of think about where I want to put these. The other thing that I do want to do, and again, just keeping track of things. I don't know when I'll get to any of this stuff, but at some point in my life, I would like to make a starter house. And that's kind of silly that I would actually call it a starter house, especially 30 episodes into this series. But I have been living since about day 2 in this house right here, which was actually a villager house. It was a pre-made villager house. The only thing I've added to it since I moved in was this wall right here, which is my project board. I removed a couple things from it. There used to be a stone cutter there and a chest, and I think I took the bed, but this is probably the original bed that was in here. I just moved it. But I haven't really done a whole lot more to it. Maybe added those torches on the inside. But I would like to, at some point, build a real house. And I was kind of thinking about this. I would like to maybe incorporate some of the brand new 1.17 blocks, like the deep slate block and the copper block, to make, a cool looking house, like a darker house or something with a little bit of style that's slightly different than what I have going on in the rest of the village. Somewhere that I would be proud to call my home for the rest of the season. So I guess it shouldn't be called starter house. It should be called like next house or final house or something like that. So maybe I'll change that. There we go. So let's just put like new house there. Because who knows? It might be the next house. It might be the final house. It might just be a house, another house. But regardless, it's going to be new. I also haven't decided whether I'm going to tear this house down or not. I might tear it down, or I might leave it here for sort of nostalgia reasons, so I can always look back and go, yeah, remember that? I lived in that for 30 episodes. Plus 30 or more episodes, because I don't think I'm building this house today either. Another thing that I do want to do that, not necessarily, again, in this order, but it's on my list of things to do. I already have a fantastic gold farm, but that gold farm only has one level for zombie piglins to spawn on, and the design does actually support up to 6 layers. I just haven't added the 6 layers, so I would like to increase the layers on that gold farm at some point to generate more gold. And the reason I'd like to generate more gold is because of this. I would like to set up a Piglen bartering system in the Nether because if you don't know, you can give gold to piglins, not the zombified piglins, the regular piglins. You can give them gold ingots and they will give you stuff in return. They give you some pretty cool stuff too, like they'll give you quartz, and they'll give you gravel, and they'll give you soul speed boots and fire resistance potions. They'll give you obsidian and crying obsidian. They'll also give you spectral arrows. So lots of neat things. And I'd like to collect all of those things by building myself a Piglen bartering setup of some sort. So I have actually been checking out a lot of designs for Piglen bartering setups lately, and they're all kind of complex. Not like super hard to build or anything, but just they're going to need a lot of materials. They're going to need a lot of time and a lot of effort. And to be honest with you, it's the kind of thing I would love to be able to do in a time lapse, but the replay mod still doesn't work for Minecraft 1.17. And that's a little disappointing. So that's why, in case you hadn't figured out, I'm spending a lot of time running around and talking to the camera, because if I can't do time lapses, What can I do? What am I supposed to do? So I think because I'm a little unfocused today, I think I'm just going to start doing some stuff, and wherever that leads me is where it leads me. So I think I'm going to start today by making a line through the woods right around here. Not here, but here. And you can see I already cut away a line of trees right here. And just to give you some context here, this is it at the back of my castle. So here it is. Here's this line. I'm going to put a wall that runs right along here. And this is going to be the, I think, southern edge of my villager town. All of this area right here is all going to get cleared of trees. And then somewhere in this area, I'm going to do another line, which will be the north line, or the north wall. And that will be the northern boundary of my village. And again, all the trees in the middle will be cleared, and that'll give me lots of space to actually start building the villager town. And just like that, after about 2 hours, I've managed to not only cut down every tree in this area, but also put up both the north and the south walls, and also add torches everywhere. Just massive amounts of torch spam. That's obviously the easy way to light up an area. I will probably come back later and change up how this place is lit. But to start with, this is a good start, I guess. That's the best word, start, for it. What I need to do now is to start working on a plan for where I'm going to have some areas with specific villagers. Like, for example, the very first thing that I'm thinking of is maybe I will add like a little fishing cabin or something. Like maybe over here, just add yeah, like right over this area, like a little fishing area, like maybe a dock with some places to fish, a little fishing cabin up on stilts, and then some barrels around, and I will add some fishermen villagers. And now, as we cross this bridge and throw out a couple eggs, we can see over there on the horizon, well, I guess it's not really on the horizon, it's not that far away, but a little further into the village, and maybe I should add some steps here, just to kind of like make it a little bit more convenient to get up here. We've got a little bit of a dock, and that leads us to a fishing cabin. We've got a few bedrolls here, a few on the floor. I guess there's 4 total. Barrels and some cool little decorations on the inside. Got some string, got a fishing rod. I guess this is a lucky log that was collected by somebody. Here's a fish head. Yep, all ready. And then down here, got another barrel, got a chest. I guess nothing in this chest. And of course, we've got hard to see, but we do have a squid on a string, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully he'll swim out here at some point and we can actually see him. He is name tagged, by the way, so he won't despawn. He might actually die because that's what squid want to do. Ah, there he is, Smelly. Here, get out there, Smelly. Go on. Go swim. Be free. Just only at the length of your lead. Anyway, so that's my little fishing cabin. So you can see, there it is, right there. And the next thing, of course, is just to grab myself some villagers, bring them over here, and turn them into fisher folk. And now we are ready to grab ourselves some villagers. So I have this minecart rail that runs all the way down there, and I'm just going to flick this lever and then turn it off again. And while it's going, I will describe to you exactly what is happening. So that minecart is going to zip off, and hopefully it doesn't get caught anywhere. I didn't actually test this at all, so hopefully it doesn't get stuck anywhere. But the whole idea is it's going to go all the way over to my villager breeder. It's going to go down and around. It's going to pick up a villager, and then hopefully it will come all the way back. And any second now, we should see a villager come down the track and up into this area. And when it does, it's going to hit this rail right here, which is an activator rail. I hope I got the name right this time. And that should pop the villager out of the minecart and basically into this space right here. And then I have a composter in my hand that I can use to try to lure the villager over to where his new home is going to be. So this guy didn't come back, so I guess I better fly and find out where he is. Let's see. Minecart. There's the minecart. Yep, it did not make it. Okay. So I guess I need an extra rail there. This will probably work once I actually have villagers in the carts. They, for some reason, tend to go much, much slower when there's nothing in them. Come on, you can do it. I thought I put 10 rails between all of these things, but I guess that just isn't sufficient. So watch this. Once I actually get a villager into the cart, it will suddenly go much, much faster. So there's down, picks up a villager, and there it goes. Okay, here we go. Don't slow down, just go, go, go. And remember, it got caught in all these places before, and now it is not getting caught at all. So here we go. Up, up, up. And the villager should come up my ramp, and then right to this spot, and then ejected. Hey, sir, come over here. I have a composter for you. Yep, I knew it. I knew you'd want that. Do you see it? You're like, yes, I want that. I want to become a farmer. But I'm like, nah. Here, you get back in place over here. But if I move this composter down here a little bit, where'd you go? Come on back. Where? He was just here, like 3 seconds ago. Did he already vanish? Are you already stuck in a hole somewhere? No, he's just over there on the other side. Okay, he's become a farmer again. Okay, good. That's great, but now I want you down here. Yeah, come on. See, this is the way to work with villagers, right here. And you just keep moving it down, maybe over here. And then you say, nah, you don't want to be that. You just want to go in there. And he's already spotted the barrel, and any second now, there he is. He's now a fisherman, and now I will leave you alone because that's exactly what I wanted you to be. Now I just need to bring you 3 more friends. And just like that, we now have 1, 2, 3, and 4 villagers. And these guys, I've actually traded with them all to get them up to some sort of level. This guy is just a novice because I ran out of coal at the last minute. That's what I was trading with this guy. But all these guys have actually been traded up to apprentices, and they'll actually trade emeralds for campfires, which is actually kind of cool. Plus, if you get fish, you can, I guess, trade an emerald and 6 raw salmon for cooked salmon. That seems kind of like a dumb deal. Oh well. I never really wanted fishermen in my village specifically for their trades. I just wanted to make this place kind of lively. What's actually really neat is that during the day, if you guys have a look here, you'll see, they're probably not going to do it now, but they only spend a little bit of time working at their workstations, and then they start wandering. And the whole idea is I'm going to have several of these little stations around. I think there are 16 total professions for villagers. And so I got a lot of space on this little island over here. And I am going to add each station, a station for each of the 16 different villager types. And then they'll walk and talk and communicate amongst themselves. I should probably put a bell in the center of town as well so that they can gather, because villagers will do that. They'll actually search, I think, up to like 120 blocks for a bell. So as long as the distance from, say, the one end of the complex to the other is no more than 240 blocks, which, to be honest with you, I didn't count it. I'm not sure exactly how far it is. But it should be, hopefully, within the right amount of distance that I can put a bell in town, and then all of my villagers will come to it. So I just looked it up, and as it turns out, the distance that villagers will actually search for a bell is only 32 blocks, not 64 blocks or 128 blocks as I originally was hoping. That wall behind me is approximately 64 blocks away from this point right here. And that wall behind me is approximately 64 blocks from this point right here. So, unfortunately, that means that if I placed a bell right here, none of those guys would actually see it. So what I'm actually thinking is maybe I will do 3 bells. And then I will have 3 sort of gathering centers for villagers. So I'm just going to, like maybe right here. Let's see if I can do this. Boom. Place that down. And then on top of that, just, let's see. Boom. There we go. Nope. That totally didn't work. There we go. Right there. So that is now a little central meeting station. I can get rid of some of these flowers, I guess. Save these for there isn't a florist profession or anything like that, but maybe there should be. So with any luck at all, at the end of the day or towards the end of the day, before these guys are ready to retire into bed, they will make a little journey over here to where this bell is. And they will gather around the bell, and they will chat and tell stories and talk about how fantastic I am as a player. You think I'm joking, but I'm actually not. That's one of the mechanics in the game. When you trade with a villager, they have a chance to gossip and tell the other villagers around you that one particular player was really nice to them in trading, and that will actually have a chance to lower the values of some of the trades that are happening. And the best way for them to do that is to gather around the bell, because when they gather around the bell, that's when they share their gossip. You don't necessarily have to have a bell, but that is just one of the best ways to guarantee that it's actually going to happen. Hey, look at that. All of these villagers are coming in this direction. I'll bet you anything. Yeah, they're all going to head to that bell because it must be gathering time. So, yeah, sun is just on its way going down right now. It's not so far down that the villagers will need to actually sleep, but it is down enough that the villagers are done working for the day and they're gathering around the bell and they're just gonna have a little chit chat. So what I should do is maybe decorate up this area and make it look nice so that it's a nice little gathering place around the bell for the villagers to hang out and gossip. And there we have it. A nice little meeting area for our fisherman friends. I decorated up with some quartz and some glowstone, and I don't know, I'm not super pleased with the way this turned out, but it's good for now. What I'll probably do is do like another ring around it, or maybe change out some of these internal quartz blocks for some quartz stairs, or something like that, or maybe put some quartz stairs on these risers. The point is, one thing I did want to test is to make sure hanging the bell up this high that the villagers could actually still see it. And sure enough, they could, because while I was busy building this thing, they wandered right over here and partook in a little bit of gossip right underneath the bell, just like I wanted them to. And that, my friends, is where I am going to end this episode. I had a bunch of fun today building this little fishing cabin and populating it with villagers, and building this little bell station for my villagers to congregate and speak highly of me. Oh no, I'm gonna fall in a hole. Hey, before I actually kill myself, I am going to end this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching, and in the next episode I think I am going to continue working on this little area because I'm kind of inspired right now. So let me know in the comments if there's something in particular, some villager type or anything like that you'd like me to design a little world for. Like a little shack or a little monument or something dedicated to one villager type. If you have an idea for what villager type you think that should be, just let me know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode!